Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a minute. I'm super excited to share some of this travel content with you guys. As you can tell by the title, I took a train trip to Colorado, and you guys know I love trips. I love traveling. I love road trips. I'm always eager to just go somewhere new and just experience a new area. It's something that I just enjoy. So this was just a bucket list item for me that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to go on a train ride. It didn't matter where to. I picked Colorado because I knew that it would be like a scenic area in between like Utah, Colorado. I didn't know how scenic it would be, but I'm super glad that I did it. And so yeah, today I'm just gonna be sharing my experience with it and the scenery, because I know that's what you probably want to see in a video like this. But just so you know which route I did, what train I did, the company, all that good stuff. So I rode through Amtrak. I did the California Zephyr. So the California Zephyr goes from San Francisco to Chicago and vice versa, from Chicago to San Francisco. The duration is 3 days. I only did 2 days because I got off in Colorado. But yeah, the total duration of the trip is 3 days if you want to go the whole full stretch of the trip. So yeah, you won't see the full route in this video because I got off, so if you want to see one of those you can look into another video, but this is just my experience going from California to Colorado. So on the morning of departure, I actually thought that I was gonna not make the train. And the reason being is because my Ubers and Lyfts just kept canceling. Now, mind you, in hindsight, of course, yeah, I know that you can actually schedule your Ubers and Lyfts like ahead of time, like the day before, days before, like if you know you're going on a trip, you could schedule them to where they come at a certain time. I did not do that. I did not think that I would need to, because I knew that I was going to be, an hour earlier, and that I would just kind of factor in and budget in that time so that in case anything happened and they were late, that I wouldn't be late. But I will say that I underestimated that and I literally sat there going back and forth with the app between Uber and Lyft, and I had both open, and then it would connect me to a driver, and then it will cancel that and hop off and say that it's looking for a new driver. It was just a mess. First I wasn't worried about it too much, but as time kept going by and it was getting closer and closer to the time that, okay, I need to leave by now in order to catch this train, I did start to get worried. So by the time I got into the Lyft, I honestly was already feeling defeated. I thought that I was gonna miss it. So that's why I'm looking super sad faced and defeated and not excited to go there. At this point, I was just thinking there's no way that I'm gonna make this train. But the only thing that kept me going was that I would have regretted it way more if I didn't follow through and at least see and at least know by getting there that I missed the train. Even though literally the estimated time of arrival on the Lyft ride said 5 minutes after my train departure time, I just went through with it anyways and was let's just see what happens. Maybe I'll get lucky and it hasn't departed yet, or maybe it's late. And somehow, by the grace of God, I made it.
Sure you have everything?
Yes, I have everything.
Okay.
If not, I come back in a month anyway.
Okay. I love you.
We have our stuff here.
See you later.
On our way to Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your coach seat, remain in your sleep car accommodation. Wait for the conductors to come through and collect tickets. If your ticket's on your electronic device, please turn it up to the brightest setting.
I got there literally right on time. I was one of the last people to hop on board. I was kind of shocked by how much space it was and how much leg room that we had. So I had plenty of leg room. It's kind of like one of those couches that, where the leg rest part pops up. So if you're worried about that and sitting in coach, I would say it's actually not so bad. It's not like you're restrained to that seat the whole time. You could get up and walk around. Also, the cool thing about my specific train is that it wasn't at full capacity. So I think I got pretty lucky there because at certain stops, people get off and get on and it can become more crowded. For the duration of my travels, I had nobody sitting next to me. There wasn't any like assigned seating. Nobody was sitting next to me. I had the whole, little couple seats to myself. Captain or whatever comes by, or the little attendants, they come by and they check your ticket. And then after that, you just get to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
I saw you in the middle of a tree. Somewhere, I think you were flying. I know it's not what it seems. Up there, I can see you smiling over a different planet. I still can't understand it. Never seen anything.
So once I got settled, I eventually made my way to the observation car. This quickly became like my place. It was so nice. You have like the panoramic views. So I would kind of go there anytime I wanted to stretch out, or if there was like a big scenic part of the trip that the captain would announce, and that he would be like, all right, this is time, you guys might want to look out to your right or to your left, or we're coming across this landmark. He would kind of give you a heads up. So anytime that would happen, I would make my way down there. But also if I just wanted to kind of stretch out my legs, eat my food, I would go over there. I also ate my food like in my seat as well. But yeah, I spent a lot of time in the observation car, or the sightseeing car, whatever they call it. Day 2. So the next morning I woke up to one of the most beautiful views, and it just made me think like, wow, I'm so glad that I'm doing this. Then I made my way down to the cafe / little like snack shop that they have downstairs, and I grabbed some coffee. They have a bunch of other snacks there as well. I went down there a couple of other times to like grab water or refill my water, but yes, I wanted to go and grab my morning coffee, because even on vacations, even on trips, we still do the morning coffee, girls, all right?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your dining.
There's just something like so serene about waking up in the middle of nowhere and watching the sunrise and just like enjoying your cup of coffee as the sunrise. Because me, as somebody that's not like a morning riser per se, because of like the job that I have, and I'm just more of a night owl anyways, I don't get to experience much like mornings like that and sunrises. So I was just super grateful for that moment, and I just wanted to kind of sit back and sit still and enjoy it. And it felt so good to be able to enjoy that view and enjoy the sunrise over a cup of coffee by myself, pretty much, because I kind of had the whole area to myself to an extent, a moment of peace, and I just felt a lot of gratitude. I felt grounded. And it was just such a nice experience that overall it made the whole ride kind of like worth it. And I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping for. There's something really like relaxing about the motion of the train to me. So even though like sleeping wasn't the most comfortable, I was knocked out. Finally in Colorado, but we're at Grand Junction, so I still got like a couple hours to go, or a few hours to go. Gosh, it feels really good out here. It's about 10 a.m. and it's like not too hot, not too cold. But yeah, we don't have too long. I think the fresh air, they call it fresh air stops, they're only about like 5 minutes long, so you just kind of step off, and then once you hear the all aboard, head back on so you don't get left, because they will leave you, and they've emphasized that a lot. Made that very clear. But yeah, so I'm gonna just chill and then head back onto the train.
Just as a reminder, we do have the observation car in the center of the train, located directly in front of the coach cars and directly behind the diner. Plenty of seats open and available right now if you want to take advantage of the observation car.
because the main purpose of the trip was the journey itself, I didn't plan on staying in Denver long. Spent the night there, and then I spent a little time downtown where the station was and got something to eat really quick, and kind of like walked around the area just a little bit. Okay, I'll do the onions, chickpeas, tomatoes, yeah, can I do the sweet potatoes actually? So just finished up at Sweet Greens, had my little salad for dinner. I really like the downtown here in Denver. It's so clean. It's kind of giving me downtown Chicago vibes, because I've always said like downtown Chicago has one of the best downtowns, but it's kind of like it would be like a college-y type of town. I don't know, but yeah, I just made sure that I ate. I was thinking about eating on the train, even though I brought like some food for me. It was kind of tempting because they showed me the menu and it was some good stuff, but I was like, I looked up the station and I knew that the station that I would be getting off on, at Union Station, it had a lot of like food options. So I was like, nah, let me just eat once I get there. And I'm glad I did. And it was like literally right off the tracks. Like the station is right back there. Sweet Green's right over here. So lots and lots of food options around here. They have a Whole Foods literally right across the street. Whole bunch of restaurants, and like literally at the stations, a whole bunch of food restaurants. Yeah, it's just a nice area. I don't know. I mean, from what I could tell from being here for like 2 seconds. But yeah, I have an early morning red-eye flight tomorrow morning, so I'm just gonna go back to the hotel, shower. I need it. Shower, and then rest so I could get back bright and early. It's Dee Dee's birthday tomorrow, and I want to be there in case she does anything. And this was like really last minute, so yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I get back there in time to turn up with her, and then yeah. Hi, who's it for? Okay, great. Yes, Makiah. And then I was back on a flight super early in the morning. All right, time to head back. Like 5 in the morning. I did not get very much sleep whatsoever. The room was hot, but it was actually really nice for like a lower end budget hotel. I stayed at the High Plains Inn, and I'm so mad because I just missed breakfast. Like they start breakfast at 6 and I had to leave obviously for my flight at 5. All right, let me see what gate I'm going to. Yeah, that was my experience on the California Zephyr on Amtrak, my first ever train ride. And honestly, I've been telling everybody since, I'm like, do it. I recommend it 1000%. Do it. I feel like everybody needs to ride a train ride at least one time, even if it's not a 2-day, 3-day ride, even if it's like only a 1-day ride along the coast or just to another neighborhood or city in your state, even if you don't go across the whole, country. I feel like it's definitely worth it. It's definitely an experience that you just wouldn't get anywhere else, like through any other means of travel. I love flying, I love road trips, but this is super different because you get to kind of experience the land and the sights from a different perspective, a different point of view that you couldn't really get from being up in the air on a flight or from driving on the typical road. They go through mountains and tunnels and over things where you could see the water, and it's just, you're not going to be able to get that on any other means of travel. So yeah, I just really recommend it. I had such a good time. I'm so glad that I did it and got this checked off my bucket list. I would definitely go again and see another spots, go, another route. I've heard that the one along the coast, it's like the Pacific Surfer or Coastal something, I forgot what it's called on Amtrak, but they have one that goes along the Pacific West Coast, and I would definitely do that. The only reason why I didn't choose that one this time was because I've taken road trips along the PCH, and I kind of just wanted to see something new and different, not just get the ocean view that I could see going to LA or whatever. But maybe next time I'll go a little up north because I haven't been to Oregon or Seattle yet, so maybe that will be my next adventure on Amtrak. But definitely worth it. I feel like, in my opinion, I would definitely recommend it. I had such a good time. It was just such a beautiful experience. If you're somebody that likes nature, if you like travel, it was something about it that was so soothing and relaxing. And I feel like if you're a creative and you have creative block, or you're a writer and you have a writer's block or something like that, or you just need a break from the being in the busyness of everyday life, I feel like a train ride is kind of nice and refreshing in that way, where a lot of times I spent of course I watched movies and stuff like that, listened to music during the travel. There's plenty of time to do a bunch of stuff. I read a little bit. I read half of the time, got through a big chunk of my book. But a lot of the time I also made sure to journal, and it was just the perfect setting to be able to just come to center, ground yourself, and you have a lot of time to just think and just be there. And of course, it may be a little bit different if you're traveling with somebody else. And you guys could kind of it would probably be a nice opportunity for you guys to chat and learn more about each other and just dive into some conversations. But I found especially as a solo traveler, I feel like I would definitely recommend it because you get to just kind of be there and be one with yourself. And I don't know, it's just something about being in nature and just seeing a bunch of sights and being in the middle of nowhere. It just kind of brings you back. At least to me, it kind of brings me back to life. Some people get that feeling from being by the ocean and watching the waves. For me, as much as I do like the ocean, I've always been more of a earthy, nature type of person. So and I just in general just love traveling. So I'm super glad that I was able to do this. I feel really fortunate that I was able to do it. I could keep blabbering on about how much I loved it and how nice it was. But I think I'm gonna end the video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching and staying tuned to these uploads. And also, I do have another travel vlog coming soon. So I did post a little bit about it in the community post here on YouTube. So you guys, if you have seen that post, you already know where I went. But stay tuned for the next video. I'm super excited to, you know, push out this content more to you guys. And I will be doing like my regular normal weekly vlogs too. But yeah, I'm excited to share more, and I hope you guys got something out of the video, liked it, or it was insightful for you if you're considering, you know, going on a train ride soon. Or maybe you just want to, maybe you have no desire to do that whatsoever, but you just kind of want to see what it's like and you're curious about it. I'd be watching stuff like that to where like I have no desire to, for example, be a nurse, but I'd be watching nurse vlogs sometimes. So hopefully you can live like vicariously through me through this vlog, and yeah, just had a good time watching it. So yeah, if there's anything else I'm forgetting, I'll leave it in the text or in the description or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.